Welcome to Quick Stop F1. My name is Nyasha and you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate that. Joining me today, normally I used to say as ever, but you know, some things happen and, you know, but you're back. I'm back. We're back.
I'm back like Mace.
You're back, like welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh, I know you like that. Welcome back. Welcome back to star of the Silverstone stage, Peroni brand ambassador, Lady in White.
Lady in white.
It's Thandie Sabanda. Yay! You get the real claps. Real claps.
It's ghetto around here. Where's the sounds gone?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's like, maybe they just knew we have too much power with these sounds. So,
yeah.
And look, you know, some people didn't like the sound. Some people, thought that we were misrepresenting. Remember that time we got a tweet? Someone was like, you know, the gunshots are like misrepresenting like American culture because gun violence is a real thing in America, and we're just like letting off shots, and you put in that. You put R.I.P. Charlie. You know, it's a shame when you get capped in the neck. You know. Like, imagine just getting capped in the neck.
You better protect your neck. Words of Wu-Tang, innit?
And Wu-Tang's for the children. Unlike Charlie, Charlie was for the kids. He was for the kids, so he would have appreciated Wu-Tang is for the children.
R.I.P. Charlie.
R.I.P. Charlie, you know, what a way to go. Such a shame. Anyway, Actually, we shouldn't take the piss. Someone actually, and respect to whoever this person was, someone commented on one of my videos like, "Oh, I'm glad you're back." You know, I've been so torn up by the death of Charlie Kirk that, you know, Quick Stop is a safe haven for me.
No, we don't celebrate death around here.
Well,
shout out God.
Well, but shout out God. We're not celebrating. Shout out. You know what? The only thing we celebrate is God. God has a plan for me. He has a plan for you, and he had a plan for Charlie, and that plan was to get capped in the neck, unfortunately. But that's God's plan, you know. So anyway, before we get to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, if you're still watching, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you like an ad-free stream, Patreon's there, and obviously, all of them things there. Love that. Thandie, before we get into the race, obviously it's been a while. It's been a while since we saw you.
Yeah.
Swanning about on the Silverstone fan stage. I got messages from people like, "Oh, Thandie's doing this. This is so cool." And I was like, "Cool, that's lovely. Nice to find out this way." But no, I'm joking. You did tell me. But like, talk to us about that experience. It must have been incredible.
Shout out Driven by Us. For those who don't know who Driven by Us is, we are an organization that brings Black, brown people into motorsport, different ventures, MotoGP, anything that has wheels, basically, in the UK and the US and Europe. And we're an amazing community. We have an app, we have a group chat, and we allow volunteering in schools. It's just all about everything motorsport. So I am the events and community manager at Driven by Us. So the lovely James, who is our CEO, was like, "Thandie, go for it. There you go. Here's a Silverstone contact. Here's stage. Here's a mic. Do it." And I did it, guys. And it was the weekend of my birthday as well.
Yeah.
So it was just everything. It was so perfect. I loved it. So shout out, thank you for mentioning that, because like sometimes you do things amazing in your life which like you've always obviously wanted to do, and you forget. you basically
forget the people who made it possible and
No,
kind of gave it a platform to achieve that. And yeah, no, I get that. Carry on.
You forget
carry on.
You forget how amazing that one blessing is because you're just in your head anyway, and it's just like
for sure.
on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So shout out you guys for all the lovely comments. I was actually getting ripped on Twitter that same day because I made a comment. There was a picture of Naomi Schiff and Lewis Hamilton, and Lewis is touching Naomi's pregnant belly. And I said, here's what I said, guys.
What did you say? What did you say?
I went, Lewis is the only one on the grid who can get away with doing this. And you lot know exactly what the fuck I meant. However, the people who wanted to attack me and say, bitch, you're making it weird. Bitch, why have you got to make it weird? Someone messaged me. Someone messaged me. Just one word, guys. Just
really?
One word. Actual retard. That's all I got. That's all I got, okay? And by that, obviously, I just meant if it was Carlos Sainz, if it was Alonso rubbing Naomi Schiff's belly, the comments would have been jokes, innit? We just would have made it funny because we like to joke on the drivers. But Lewis, we were all peace, earth, and love. What have we done to the world?
Yeah.
No,
what about us?
What about us? So, so I'm getting ripped at the same time being praised. But shout out everyone who was praising me, man. Thank you so much.
No, I think that's fine. And look, I don't know if you saw, I had the Leclerc fans on me at some stage as well. That was fun. That was good. Some lovely messages there. So look, but sometimes these things happen. I mean, to be fair, there'll be people who will be talking about like the size of Lewis's dick every fucking 2 minutes and like, his hands around my throat.
Oh my God, like, he got rid of his Michael Jackson tattoo. Come on, I see you guys. You guys are weirdos too. Like, I say weird shit, you say weird shit. I just feel like people just wanted to jump on me because I said
they wanted to.
I wasn't asked because were you on Silverstone stage? No, you were at your mum's house like a dickhead. So bye.
Dickhead.
Like a dickhead.
Don't piss me off. Well, look, congratulations again. Sorry, no sound effects, but like, well done. Well done, Thandie. Well done, Thandie.
And if anybody wants to join Driven by Us, let me know because I am the community manager and I will let you in.
Yes.
If you want to volunteer and go to races and do cool shit.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? And like, I think I'm very proud of you. I wanted to say that. I'm so proud of you. I look at the woman you are today compared to the little shit that started the podcast with and the growth, and the growth that you've had and for you to be able to start to make your journey, within motorsport and again, to continue to be a great ambassador for the sport. And I think, you should be really proud.
Quickstop F1.
And Quickstop F1, yeah. Who would have thought? Huh? Couple degenerates. Oh my God. No, well done. Really proud of you. Well done. Well, look, that was then. This is now. Azerbaijan. Wowzers. So, Azerbaijan, absolute arse in the nowhere. I went to look at where it is on the map. Insane.
Where is it?
It's like next to Iran. It's like. Absolute. It's like it's on the edge of Europe, basically.
Okay. Like in old country places,
Yeah. No, it looks like it. You see the architecture around. It looks so fucking it looks gorgeous. It reminds me of don't know if you've ever been to like Hungary, Poland as well. It's got some really nice architecture.
To Bucharest.
Romania, yes.
Romania, yeah. Many of the men thought I was a prostitute. That's a story for another day.
Okay, story for another day. I really want to press you on that, but we'll move on. So, so yeah, great race. But look, we had a qualifying session where there was 6 red flags. We had multiple people crashing out, going into all. Let's start on this title race. Thandie, you last year,
even the start of the year,
even the start of the year, actually, I guess we'll get into it. But obviously, we backed Lando, right? I think Lando was our guy, and he's now in this title race against Oscar Piastri. And I guess we would have had our opinions at the start of the season. Obviously, we've not sat down like this for months now. So I guess, how are you viewing the current F1 title race? Like, is it moving you? Is it exciting? Are you not bothered? Do you feel, do you have a strong allegiance to either contender? I guess before we get into like the actual events, I guess an overview of how you felt, how you're feeling about F1, I guess.
I feel like I have a real strange relationship with McLaren. Like, I equally want them to do so well, but throughout the years, guys, I do feel like McLaren have always been their worst enemy. There's no one ever to blame apart from McLaren, right? And at the start of the year, I was a very strong Lando Norris fan. I wanted him to do well. I wanted him to have his redemption story from last season. And then as I've seen Oscar Piastri do even better than Oscar, I'm more on an Oscar Piastri side. Like, I equally love them both.
Yeah.
What's really hard to watch, though, is the word fixing? Is the word altering? Is it the puppeteering that goes on?
Yeah, there was the control.
Control, the puppeteering master of it all, and really trying to push this narrative. It almost felt like, so I said this to my brother the other day. I said, I almost feel like Daddy Zach, because I still call him Daddy Zach.
No, of course.
It's almost like he promised Lando a win this year. And he never expected that Oscar had the balls to kind of take on Lando. And now he's trying to push Lando towards it. But as we always know, Lando hasn't always got dog in him to go all the way, right? And it's quite a difficult watch, if I'm being honest. It's a difficult watch, let's be honest. But if we were to say like whose side I'm on in the title race, 100% Oscar Piastri. Like, Oscar Piastri is a really good driver. Like, I'm not about to say he's a generational driver.
Don't want to say that again. God.
He's not allowed in the cookout yet, okay? But I like Oscar and I like what he gives, and he's great. My only problem with him, because I enjoy violence, right?
Yeah.
Is the fact that he doesn't get on the interviews and talk his shit, bro.
Yeah.
Talk your shit.
Yeah.
So PR trained, man. If it was anybody else, they'd be hammering down the phone. But
yeah.
Comme ci, comme ça.
Comme ci, comme ça. Comme ci, comme ça. I think, look, I think everyone's heard my opinions on the title race. I think it lacks drama. I think it lacks bite. It lacks animosity. And at the end of the day, rivalries is supposed to be about rivals, and you can't
when
be
when you
buddy
eat
with your
cookies,
rival.
do you like a soft cookie or do you like a hard cookie? Like, what tickles your fancy? What gets you wet?
Probably soft cookies still, like the Subway ones.
I didn't know you were a man of taste. I didn't know you were that man.
Even the macadamia nut thing.
Huh? And I agree with you, right? And nothing pisses me off more than when you get a large cookie. It's crumbling all in your lap. It's crumbling here.
So the car seat.
The car seat. It's everywhere, right? That's how I feel about this title race. It's everywhere. I just want a soft cookie that melts in me. Like, you can just put ice cream on it and then it melts equally. Like, that's what I wanted from this. It could be so delicious with McLaren, and yet it's so stale.
Oh! She's back. No, I know, I totally get it. And I think, it was set up this weekend. And the reason why it's so stale is, I think, part of it is it was set up this weekend to be, for Lando Norris to be able to kind of come through and take advantage of a rare Oscar Piastri mistake. This is probably the first Oscar Piastri mistake since when he went when he went off the track in Australia, when it was raining, maybe also, getting the penalty in Silverstone for the brake check on Max, even though that was an accident. So I think for me, Sorry, 2 seconds. Thandie, can you put yourself on mute, please?
Sure.
Thank you. So yeah, I think it was set up this weekend. Oscar Piastri crashes into the wall in qualifying. He's going to be qualifying way down the grid. Lando Norris has a chance to really, stick it in the top 3 pole position and really push to try and win this race and close that gap back down to a single-digit points gap. In qualifying, he doesn't do it. Oscar crashes out in the race, and again, Lando's not able to move through. So I guess, are we just seeing? Is it even surprising? Are we just seeing? I guess again, another example of Lando Norris failing to have that dog in him, and I guess failing to capitalize in the big moments, or not even fail. I guess crumbling. Like a stale cookie, rather than taking the fight to Piastri.
Absolutely, Nyasha. I do feel that, some people are born with it and some people just aren't Maybelline, and sometimes you can have the whole world set up for you. Do you know what I mean? You could have rich mummy and daddy. You could literally be handed the title. Some people will take it, some people won't. And then, when the thing about Formula One right now, if you let anything slip, just one race and you let it slip, here comes Max Verstappen, right? And that is exactly what's going on now. Something that could have been an easy McLaren win is now another Max Verstappen win.
I mean, look, it's I said something the other day, and I said that I think my relationship about Max Verstappen, the person, has definitely changed since we started the podcast. Obviously, you have that initial period where he's like a direct rival to Lewis, and obviously he's like spawn of Satan. Fuck that guy. Prick.
Child, prick.
Someone called him a C word. Yeah, okay, there it is. And then and then you have 22, 23, where it's just clear he has the best car, and obviously, then, you're kind of just thinking, well, I'm not really being moved by this, because it's the best car. And then we get to a situation now, I think, from the back end of last season through to this season. Again, I don't think he has a slow car. I think that's why I disagree with Verstappen fans. But, he's got a car good enough to win. This guy, in the words of Snoop Dogg, he doesn't miss. This guy don't miss. Even in the heat of battle, he don't miss. It's insane. Like, I can't... And I think that's such a juxtaposition to Lando. Maybe not as much to Oscar, but again, when's the last time you've seen Max Verstappen in a title fight go off the track on his own and just stick it in the wall? Twice. That just hasn't happened. And I think that's the thing. 2021 will always be great because you have 2 of the best drivers in the world going head to toe, and you have that animosity. Lewis versus Nico, again, you had the story of the bromance, and then that's dead. Alain Prost versus Senna. You had that whole juxtaposition of how their personalities were. Senna the fiery, talented driver, Prost the professor. So, but with these 2, as talented as I think Oscar is, I think what he did this weekend showed that whilst he might be ready to beat Lando Norris, I think you were right when you said maybe it's too early to call him generational, because generational drivers don't stick it in the wall. Charles Leclerc. We'll get onto him later.
Yes, I was right, guys. And I will continue to reload that fucking clip because I was correct. And here is, again, reiterating on what I said earlier. We're always too quick to invite people to the freaking barbecue, to the cookout, guys. Generational. Do you guys know what that means? Generational. As in, you as a granddad are going to talk to your kids about this. Me as a grandparent, I can't lie to you, I'm not going to sit on the porch with my grandkids and talk about Oscar Piastri. I'm not going to talk about him. I might mention him, but he's not the generational driver I'm going to talk about. I need all to start opening up the dictionary and seeing what generational actually means. I don't regret anything I said.
And you shouldn't. And you shouldn't. And look, again, I think people think when you say stuff like that, like, oh, you mean he's not talented, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, we're not saying he's not talented. We're very aware of how talented he is. But this weekend was a stinker for Oscar Piastri. You cannot be in a title fight and crash into the wall twice. Sorry, I forgot. He even full started as well. So you crash into a wall, you full start, you drop to the back of the grid, and then you crash into a wall. Like, and you cannot blame anyone else but yourself. And I just think the level of we're not seeing a title fight where two drivers are going hammer and tongue at each other every week, and we're not seeing a title fight where, look, okay, you'd have a dramatic moment like that with Oscar. What would compound that moment is Lando Norris capitalizing on that and taking a win, and then you're like, wow, this title fight's back on. Lando Norris ends up finishing in 7th, and it's a bit of a damp squib, isn't it, really? So I guess I'll ask you the question I ask you after every race. But yeah, I guess, who do you think? I mean, we're looking at a points gap now. I can't remember how many points it is. Sorry, let me just double check. Championship F1 table. 2 seconds. So I think it's a gap of 25 points. So it's literally the space of a race win. Who do you think is going to take the title in the Formula One world? Yeah.
In the McLarens or?
Yeah, the driver, obviously not the constructors. Who's gonna? What, you saying Verstappen or? How far behind is Max Verstappen?
Let's see how far behind he is, actually.
It's too far. It's 255. No. So it's like, what, 70, 16, 70,
so I'm going to
69?
say, well, if they keep bottling it, it's possible. It's happened before. I'm not far off. I'm really enjoying that you have a bottle now, because I have a bottle.
Yeah. Health is wealth.
Yes.
You know? Health is wealth.
I'm enjoying that you have a bottle. I'm going to stick with Oscar Piastri because I love Oscar Piastri.
Yeah.
And I really want him to do this because the guy who could do it and is basically being pushed towards it isn't taking it by the balls. Enough for me.
I think that's fair. I think at the end of the day, I think whoever wins the title, hopefully there's no shenanigans or anything, but whoever wins the title will deserve it. And I think on form, whilst yes, it was a bad weekend for Oscar Piastri, I think he has enough to. I can't see that happening again. I don't think that this is going to be the start of a trend of Oscar Piastri starting to bottle it in the same way that we kind of see Lando fail to step up to the plate. So I think he'll have enough, and I think maybe this will probably be an area of development for him where he'll be like, okay, now I know what I need to do across the race weekend to make sure that I don't make the same mistakes. But it was a difficult qualifying session. A lot of people struggled. One of them was Charles Leclerc. Ferrari. I don't know what to say about this team. Mamma mia. I mean, look, now you've got the Peroni Connect. You're so much closer to Ferrari. Ferrari is sponsored by Peroni. So surely, can you get a message to Maranello and just tell them to cut the shit? Cut the shit. Thoughts on Ferrari, I guess, on what you've seen this season and I guess this race, and we'll get into it.
So I know, I was up at 3 a.m., right? Because I don't sleep. And I was in America, just scrolling through Twitter, watching Nyasha get absolutely ripped to shreds for an opinion that I very much well agree with.
The best thing is watching someone you love get ripped to shreds for an opinion that you would have naively said out loud yourself. Oh my God.
That I 100% back. But I was going to say that. It was coming strong. I was like, shit, this nigga getting cooked. They're cooking him. Anyway, Charles Leclerc is not the driver that you guys think he is, right? He's not that girl. Word to Rolling Ray. R.I.P. Rolling Ray. Those who know, right? He's not that girl. It's unfortunate. But is it? Well, let's look at the logistics, right? We look at
Ooh.
Charles' contract compared to, give me another random driver. Give me another random driver.
George Russell.
Right. You get the diversity hires, the good-looking hires, and then you get the people who are good driver hires, right? I would not be surprised if in Charles' contract is different to someone like George Russell's, and it basically says, because it's a 360 one, by the way, goes right round, right?
Oh yeah, he's
It's
in
a
a death row
360
contract with Ferrari. Yeah,
like he's in there for the long run. Charles' contract isn't "we'll love you for winning races." It's "we'll love you for being the cheeky European boy that you are." And he does
yeah.
that so well, guys. He does that so well,
He's the best
right?
at it.
He's the best at it, right? And they even gave him his little diversity hire in Lewis Hamilton. And they're so good at it. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's okay to say that, you know, like, Charles has not lived up to his expectations. But whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Because you put expectations in him, right? How was he at F2?
He won.
A lot.
Yeah, he actually is one of the only drivers to win F3 and F2 in consecutive seasons.
Well, you know, it's okay to be good in other sectors. This is Formula 1. You know? So where did it all go wrong then? You tell me. Because if you were winning an F2, then maybe I'm wrong. But
I think I will say to you. I'll say to you. By the way, I put you on mute. I'll say to you that I would. It's hard because the expectations are put on him by the fans, and yes, like Charles is a good driver, and again, we're talking about his performance in qualifying this weekend, where he's crashed out on his own, you know, with an opportunity with a quick car. Ferrari have not given him the car with which he can do something with, right? But at the same time, even when you don't have the car, you need to maximize on what you have. Consistently maximize what you have. And I just think at this moment in time, I think Charles does do that to a degree, but he doesn't do it to the level of Max Verstappen. And I think that will always be the difference between, I think, you know, before when they were younger, Max and Charles used to kind of be put together. I think before they'd won championships, Max and Charles were kind of put together and labelled as like the future of F1, right? And look, let's see if Ferrari have a car which is capable of winning championships, and maybe, but Ferrari are holding Charles Leclerc back, but Charles Leclerc is also holding Charles Leclerc back, and I just think there needs to be some accountability sometimes. You can't, you're fighting with Lewis Hamilton for 8th and 9th. He's been asked to let you pass. You're then moaning on the radio and asking for a swap, and then Lewis is being told by the team to slow down and swap back. We're fighting over 8th and 9th right now. Like, why does that shit? You shouldn't even care about that shit, but you're wrapped up in that.
But that's the bottom barrel ass shit that we're dealing with. Like, that's the standard that we are right now. You know, like crabs in a barrel. Crabs in a bucket, sorry, right? We're not in the same bucket as Max and them, guys. We aren't in the same bucket as them. Like, we're not even the same private jet. They go to a whole different gate to us, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's where we actually need to see ourselves. Like, yes, we have an elite person with us, but we're not even in VIP. Yeah. So when we're fighting for 8th and 9th, that's the highest we can get. That's all we got.
That's all we got. That's all we got.
So once you look at it that way, you see the standards of what we're actually aiming for, 8th and 9th. That's sad.
It's really sad.
That's very sad. But that's where we're at.
It's a difficult one because, you know, if you go back to like, you know, with Ferrari, again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Ferrari are like, they have wasted years off of so many elite F1 drivers. They wasted years off Fernando Alonso's career. They wasted years off of Vettel's career. They wasted years off, you know, so many drivers that have come before them. And they're currently wasting Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton's career. And Charles Leclerc, respectfully, I don't give a fuck about. Couldn't care less, right? Like, whatever, right? But you're wasting the twilight zone, the twilight years of my favourite driver, and that I cannot abide by. And you're pissing me off right now. And I just find, like, qualifying, you know, they send Lewis Hamilton out and they keep him out on these soft tyres. When Lewis has been quick throughout the weekend, he's been quicker than Charles all weekend. He's been, you know, there's a possibility, if you look at how this race went as well, if they just done like a standard strategy with Lewis there and kept him on the right tyres and he was able to get into Q3, there's a possibility that Lewis Hamilton could have been up there in terms of, you know, first, second, third. Like, that top three, if Sainz and Liam Lawson are in the top three, then of course Lewis Hamilton would have had an opportunity to qualify in the top three. And I just feel as if that is like a microcosm of what is going wrong with Ferrari, in that you see potential, the green shoots of success will be there, and then instead of nurturing that and that fucking little green shoot blossoming into something beautiful, it gets trodden on, it gets pissed on, it gets neglected. They fucking put a bunch of crappy fertilizer on it or whatever. It kills it and it's dead. And I just feel as if this weekend just sums it all up. You have operational incompetence, you have driver incompetence, you have strategy incompetence, everything. Like, every box of incompetence has been ticked. And for a team that, the glitz and glamour and all of the history and all of that, to have that team be like that in imagery, you look behind and it's ugly. And I just, not happy. Not happy, Thandie.
This season has been
I was about to start vaping on camera. Oh my God, I'm stressed out.
Water. This season has been a load of my ass, guys. It's been a hard watch. Yeah. Especially being a Lewis Hamilton fan.
Yeah. Talk to me about, I guess we haven't heard from you about, I guess, this season of Ferrari. So I guess just in general, how you finding it? You know,
How am I finding it?
Yeah, what's your assessment, I guess? What's your assessment of Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari? And I guess taking into account Lewis Hamilton himself and his performances and the car and everything else, like how would you assess it so far?
I don't think, jumping off the conversation that we had about Charles, is I think when Lewis...
Sorry, I thought I was on mute.
I think when Lewis first went into Ferrari, we were really blinded. And you know what? Now that I think back to it, a lot of us, like the Ferrari fans, were looking at us like, yeah, enjoy it now. They look like Vincenzo was looking at me like, okay. But it was, you know, when someone knows something that you don't know, we never took into consideration where Lewis was in this. We just knew Lewis as a GOAT. And it's very clear that Lewis is one of those really, let me phrase this correctly. Lewis is the Ferrari second driver. And we never anticipated it. And he's being treated as such. And his instructions aren't being listened to because he is a second driver. It's giving Valtteri Bottas at his peak, right? It's giving the current Cadillac standings, right? them boys there.
Them man there.
Them man there, right? And I said it's a hard watch, innit? Beautiful garments throughout. Beautiful
garments, yeah.
I don't know how Lewis is going to look at this year compared to last year, if this year is any better, because he's
no wins, no podiums. You know,
this is new territory, guys. It's like when your parents get divorced and you're stuck with the poor parent. Now you've got to eat microwave dinners when you're used to caviar. You know?
Yeah.
It's not the same pasta like back in old country, guys. I can't reiterate this anymore.
It's like your dad's bringing out the fucking dolmio, and he's like, "Oh, I know you like pasta," and he gets the dolmio out, and you're like, "This is not how Mama makes the fucking pasta. What the fuck is?"
You're eating linguine in VIP.
Yeah.
Now a strange lady named Angela is trying to be your mum, you know? It's just, it doesn't sit well with me, right? It doesn't sit well with me. So I don't know, even like, I'd love to ask Lewis, like, how do you feel? Do you think you're in a better position than you were last year? Because the haters are laughing. They torment me in my sleep, guys.
Yeah, the haters are having a great time with this right now, aren't they? And like, and look, I think Lewis, no, not that I'd ever want to speak for Lewis, but I think Lewis would say, you know, oh, I feel energized by the challenge ahead. You know, I think we've heard him say that. I'm so happy that I came here. I think he said this in Vogue the other, was it Vogue or I can't remember what, L'Equipe actually. It was in L'Equipe in a French publication. I feel like happier here. Last year I was stagnating. I feel rejuvenated by the challenge. It's a dream come true. And, you know, they'll always, you know, whilst the challenge is still there, I'll always, you know, I feel like I can drive on for ages. The problem with Ferrari, yeah, and this is the problem, Ferrari is like the perfect toxic relationship for an F1 driver, because F1 drivers have this God's complex. You know, you drive these cars faster than you could possibly drive them. Even if you crash it, you're probably going to walk away okay. So, you know, what are the consequences for that? You have all this money. You can get any Instagram girl that you want, you know. Although they all seem to get girls that look alike, respectfully. What is this conveyor belt of...
I'm so glad you said this, right? As a black woman, right? Sorry, listen away if you don't want to hear this, right? Why do they all... Are they finding them in a factory? They're just churning out the same, respectfully, white woman. This is all out of respect, right? It's literally the same genre of white woman. Brown hair, petite, probably has a playlist with a devil that says black. Whoops, who said that? Yeah, they all look like... And I feel like they're in a group chat where they all decide to share each other's clothes. That's what I
think, and the thing is, it's so funny because, like, obviously there's only 20 of them, so the sample size is small. But, like, it's just, no, respect. And the thing is, they're all gorgeous. They're all gorgeous. I don't want to fucking, yeah, I'm going to say,
good milk.
Fucking good, incredible leche, okay, for the European things.
Cravendale.
Fucking Devonshire clotted cream ice cream.
This brother is focused, please.
But I would say that they do look very similar. But anyway, Ferrari is the perfect transformation because you have these drivers of the godlike complex, and then you have the impossible dream. You'll be the one to take this team back to where they belong. You will be heralded as a fucking hero. Like imagine that, and it'll feed your ego because of course I'm going to be the one who's going to take this team back to where they belong. I'm the quickest driver here. If they give me a quick car, I'll fucking deliver. And it has sucked in champion after champion after champion. And Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton right now are no fucking different. And that's why the Ferrari fans were looking at Lewis Hamilton fans like, okay, like, you guys were just laughing at us about all of the things that are wrong with this team, but now you're joining us and all of a sudden you think these things are going to change. And on our part, genuinely, and I'll say this, I'll speak for myself and for the people who felt similar, who did not consider how fucking ridiculous this team are. I think we're experiencing it now, really, aren't we, Thandie?
I normally have my third eye open. I didn't see it. I was blinded by the house, the suits,
the suit,
Italy, the Italian dream. Instead it turned into the Italian job.
Yo. She's back. Oh, that's insane. That was really good, Thandie. No, like, yeah. I mean, look, I think I was saying that's as much as I wanted to say about that. I guess what is interesting, you mentioned about divorced parents are going to live with the poorer parent, and Carlos Sainz could be said to be the guy who, in the divorce between, his parents at Ferrari, he got sent to the poor family.
We laughed at him though, and he had the redemption story because he went to college, got his degree. Now look at him, beat it, chick. He's doing beat it, chick.
Beat it, chick. Give a fuck about Ferrari. Oh my god, beat it, chick. Why do I always go for the gangsters? Oi, shout out. Oi, also, shout out Cardi B, by the way. Shout out Cardi. Like, love that girl. So,
real.
Shout out Cardi.
Like, for real.
Oh, man. Like, just living her life, mate. Just living her life. I need that. So, Carlos Sainz gets a podium. You've had some words for Carlos Sainz before. I guess, would you say that this is the perfect place for Carlos Sainz in terms of, like, I think we've all agreed, in our eyes, we don't think Carlos Sainz is a top elite F1 driver, but for him to be in a team where, with Williams, in a team on an upward trajectory, and I feel like he's a good fit for Williams. I feel like, for him to, I think he's got a podium at Williams before Albon has. Which is, considering how his season was going, you wouldn't have bet that Carlos Sainz would be the one who'd get the podium. So I guess, what do you think of Carlos Sainz's third place?
It's his first podium of this.
Yeah, with Williams. Yeah, first podium with Williams. Oh, come on.
What did I say? I didn't say anything. I just said, just so you know, it's his first podium. Stop acting like it's like a fifth or something.
Yeah, but I mean, but like, I'm not saying he is, but like, no words of praise for the podium, or no?
Fair enough.
All right, stars and donkey of the day. Let's get into it. Thandie, as you're back, star of the day, please.
Max Verstappen.
That boy's good.
When two people are wrestling, have you ever been into, if anyone who lives in London or a city, right, here's what happens, right? You'll be in Tesco Express, two homeless people will come in and they'll start kerfuffling while the other one steals something, right? It's at someone else's loss, right? Them two boys from the McLarens are kerfuffling, fighting in the crisp aisle. Meanwhile, Max Verstappen is loading up bottles into his coat and steaks to go sell on the estate, right? Anyone who grew up on an estate, you know about them people who come to your door.
I love when the steak guy comes around. Oh my god, £2 steak, I'll take it.
£2 Tesco Express steak. So I like a villain. I respect a villain. You see an opportunity, you take it. So shout out Max Verstappen because it's a shit show, and he made compost from shite?
He made compost from shite, and no, fair play to Max Verstappen. Yeah, look, I think we've said what we need to say. I don't want to turn away our core audience, but for sure, I think at the end of the day, like, I think he's maximizing his opportunities, and like that's, again, Lando Norris
maximizing his opportunities.
Yeah, you see me. I'm just, I'm trying to keep up. But yeah, they just do, and that's what Lando needs to learn how to do. That's where championships are won, by just at the end of the day, just being consistent. I think any success in life is just, through being consistent. But you have to be consistently great. It can't be in patches. My star of the day.
Also, I'd also like to say, Max Verstappen has a screaming baby at home. What's Lando's and them's excuse? What is your excuse?
He's actually got.
Everyone who's a parent, taking care of a baby's hard.
What did you? Have you seen Lando Norris's GQ spread? Did you see him?
Hello, I love that. I loved that.
Did you like it?
How do they make him look? Yeah. How do they make him look so good? Like, I don't normally go skiing in the Alps, guys.
No. Maybe a snowboarding.
I don't go snowboarding, right? But when it rains, when it snows, I do go outside to,
Just go outside. Just sample it.
We'll have a look.
Have a ganders.
I wasn't disappointed. It was giving like Marlon Brando, old Hollywood.
Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah, man. Cheeky chappy. They love to do English rose.
Yeah, they're trying to give him the Tom Holland treatment, and I'm not mad at it. I think Tom Holland has more of a. I mean, look, this is me being racist, and that's just two short white guys. But like, I think, like, in terms of like the cheeky chappy and the guy next door, the kind of thing, and I think Lando's perfect for that. And look, again, it's watching the evolution of F1, seeing what the seeds that Lewis has been able to sow within the sport. And how he's kind of, even though someone like Lando Norris would have slated Lewis Hamilton, has slated Lewis Hamilton in the past, for not slated, but he's been disrespectful, let's say, about Lewis's success, or condescending, about Lewis Hamilton's success. But what has that success afforded him? It afforded him to be able to do what he wanted out of the track, which was these fashion shoots and photo shoots. And now people like Lando, who has his own clothing brand, who has his own ventures outside of Formula One, is now expanding that brand. And this is part of it. And I think, I'm all for it. I want to see these guys get money. I want to see these guys build brands. I want to see them expand the F1. I want more people to watch this sport. I want more normal people to watch this sport, because some of the freaks we have in here are weird as fuck, respectfully. We're all freaks. That's why we love each other. So, big up Lando. What was I talking about before that? What were we talking about?
I think you were going to say your donkey, no?
No, my star. Sorry. My star. Oh, quickly. I'm going to go with George Russell. For getting up the field. He was on an alternate strategy, and he made it work. I don't know why more people don't go for overcut and use hard tires, and if they're out of position and not far. I think everyone, sometimes they'll be top 10 and like all on the same time. Like, surely just have a go. Like, George Russell is someone who will do something different to everyone else. Sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't work, but when it does work, it works big. And it worked big again. I feel like it's nice to be able to talk about George now. He's not Lewis Hamilton's teammate.
I definitely feel that like cloud go away. Like, I'm actually quite cool with George. I'm cool with George. Like, we made up. We had a conversation. He explained himself. I called him a tall ass prick. He accepted it. And I think we're cool with each other. I think sometimes when you're living with someone, it's a lot. But when you move out and there's distance, you're cool again.
Yeah, I think so. Quickly, what do you think about his whole contract situation? He's not signed a contract yet. Toto was flirting with Max a lot, and now it seems as if George is like, well, you pissed around with me, now I'm gonna piss around with you. And not kind of, well, I don't know. Like, how do you view that contract situation?
I don't think there's a reason why George shouldn't have his contract renewed next year at all. I don't think there's a reason. Even though I was laughing with Mahad on Twitter about it, I don't think there's a reason George should not have his contract renewed. If anything, I've always said when there is a pickle in any driver, fourth, third situation, here comes George Russell to ruin your day. And rightfully so. Like, George will always take that fourth, the third when someone misses, and he does great at it. And let's have a conversation about Antonelli. Let's have a serious conversation about Kimi Antonelli.
Okay, go on then. Talk to me about Kimi.
Wasn't really the expectations that you had were a bit high for him. Is he the person that you lot thought he was? I don't know. Like, because when we were talking about the rookies at the start of the year, it was always Antonelli this, Antonelli that. And now it's curtains, right? But I love the kid. I have an A on my necklace for Antonelli, duh.
That's weird.
Yeah. Is it?
That's weird. It's a bit weird. He's like 19. I've had a 19-year-old woman's initial on a necklace. I mean, obviously, I'm a bit older, but I mean, that's a teenager. So, Antonelli, look, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because in my mind, I expect rookies to not do as well, you know, in terms of whatever expectations you have of a rookie, definitely temper them slightly, right? Never think that they're going to be this all singing, all dancing person, because they're going to make mistakes and they're going to struggle. That's part of development. People like Lewis Hamilton, rare. Max Verstappen, rare. That's why they're generational drivers, you know? Kimi Antonelli was Toto Wolff's pet project. I'd actually argue Kimi's dealing with a heart that he didn't break because Toto Wolff got burnt by not signing Max Verstappen. He couldn't offer him a race seat. Red Bull were like, we'll stick you in F1 straight away. You don't even need to go through the F2. We're just going to stick you in a car straight away. And since then, he has wanted, Lewis Hamilton wasn't a Mercedes product. He was a McLaren product, although, Mercedes sponsored him through the engines. Max Verstappen, McLaren have Norris, Ferrari have Charles, Red Bull have Max. Toto Wolff wanted his own protege, although you could argue George Russell is that, but not really. He wanted his own protege that he had handpicked, that was going to replace Lewis Hamilton, and he was going to show why he didn't need to sign Lewis Hamilton again, or that he would give him a 1+1 contract extension. And I think Toto Wolff built him up into something that he wasn't. And Kimi Antonelli is now paying the price for that, ironically, from Toto Wolff. And I think it's a shame because that pressure should never have been on that kid. He probably would have benefited from another season in F2, and I just think, but they rushed him in, and I think
Kimi Antonelli was built in a lab. He was a little test tube. He was in the water, floating about. And Toto went down to his dungeon in the caves, and he said, that one. And all the scientists were like, sir, I don't know if it's ready. And he said, that one, right? And he wasn't ripe. And when you have unripe plantain, like some of you lot enjoy it, but it's a hard,
yeah,
it's a hard eat,
yeah.
It's a hard chew. you know?
Yeah.
And I do feel sorry for the kid. It's very right that he was not meant to be born right now. Like he was meant to be pushed out a few years later, maybe in 2027, and then that's when he would have developed, you know? And so to kind of say that George Russell must lose his seat because of Toto Wolff's mistakes. In fact, Toto Wolff, of what I'd describe as Toto Wolff's slut era, his hoe phase, where he was just hoeing everyone, is incredibly unfair because George Russell has been carrying that team. Not being
Yes.
Kimi, because Kimi, you've got a fetus driving a Formula One car. He barely has fingernails. You know?
Yeah. No, you're
So
right.
right.
You're very right.
It's not Kimi's fault.
It's not Kimi's fault at all. No, you're so right, and I think that's what. Look, and a great result today, fourth yesterday. Great result, fourth. You want that consistently. You do wonder if people like Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, etc., had been on job, where would he have finished? But you've got to maximise your opportunities. He didn't stick it in the wall. He qualified well. It was pretty dicey with George, and they nearly touched there, and unfortunately, the strategy for him didn't work out as well as he could have, or as well as it did for George. So, yeah, no, I think that's my star of the day is George, purely because I think George is going to try and get as much money as possible. I think George wants years. I think Toto Wolff wants to give him a one year contract or 2 year contract. So if Max Verstappen does want to leave Red Bull, he can bring him in. But George is rightfully saying, I'm the guy here now. I'm one of the best drivers on the grid, and I want a multi-year contract, and I want the same. I want the multi-year contracts that Max Verstappen is getting, well, not Max Verstappen, but that Charles Leclerc has at Ferrari, that Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have, that Lewis Hamilton has. You got people like Ocon on multi-year deals, respectfully, and George Russell. I like Ocon, but there's drivers who have 2-3 year contracts. To George Russell could say, I'm much better than that driver, and I deserve longer than 1 year. And yeah, that's what I'll go from there. Donkey.
Who is my donkey? Zach Brown.
Oh. Oh.
Zach Brown.
Oh.
Zach Brown.
Is that just your donkey of return? I guess, like amalgamating everything that's happened with McLaren.
Yeah. Because if I was to point the blame, we'd be here all day. I think it's just best to say, kill the fish from its head. Yeah.
Cut it off at source.
Yeah.
Nip it in the bud. All of them things there.
Like when you were in school and you get into trouble and there was always the gang leader and the ringleader, they bring in the ringleader first. I know know what happens after school.
Yeah.
Get him. Yeah.
Get him. Okay, no, I understand. I get it. No, I mean, look, I've said similar things, about Zach Brown. I think he's controlling. But he's doing the best for McLaren, and in all honesty, to defend the drivers, they are doing what a professional sports person should do, which is respect their teammate, respect the team, and and not let a rivalry consume you to the point where you don't operate at the highest level. I think but the problem is that's the antithesis to what we want as fans. You see, I brought out the words for you today. You see that? So yeah, I just think it's a shame. But at the end of the day, Zach Brown, more than anyone, actually knows that entertainment is a key part of the product of F1. And unfortunately, through his good management of these drivers, it's just not. It's all right. But also, Lando Norris has himself to blame because he could have made this title fight even more interesting this weekend. Oscar did his part. Lando Norris didn't do his. My donkey. It's so easy to just say Ferrari, isn't it? Like, I'm looking at the, I'm looking at
What's going on with Colapinto? He's got no points, has he?
He's got no points. I mean, look, he did get taken out, so I'll give him that, but he was at the back when he got taken out. So, I mean, Colapinto. Alpine are awful. Let's just get that right off the bat. These men are awful. Actually, they put out a tweet today. Saying, we know the package is not where it needs to be, and the last few races are going to be tough. Hang in with
We know we're going to lose the last few races, basically. Imagine being an Alpine fan. Oh, my God. But that's what it is, though. Like, I used to judge all these people, but now we're, like, sat next to them in that, like, these are actually, like, our housemates, like...
We're not much better.
We're not much. We're fighting for 7th and 8th, or 9th and 8th. Not even 7th. Oh my God.
No, 7th, 8th and 9th. 8th and 9th, my friend.
So these are actually we're in set 5. No offense to set 5.
No offense to you guys who are in set 5. I know some of you were. Were you? It's a shame. It's a real shame.
Set 5 for maths.
For maths. Oh man.
Yeah.
I wasn't in any lower sets.
I bet you weren't. You kiss ass.
I wasn't. Well, I was naughty, but smart enough to just not have to listen.
I was in set 1 for English, though. And
of course she was. Of course, you're a wordsmith. But I failed science. I was in top set, but I failed.
I failed science too.
Fuck science. What do I need that for? And now I cook. I'm fucking. I can cook over fire. Huh?
Now I chat shit about riding online. So 1 + 1 is 2.
There you go. That's all the math I fucking needed. All the math I needed in the hood. Only joking. I'm going to say Ferrari. I think, look, it's hard to look past Ferrari. You know, again, stop wasting Lewis Hamilton years. Like, you promised us the world. You're delivering fuck all. You are trifling. You are the men women used to sing about it in the 90s.
Type of brother.
Silly me.
Haven't I found another? A baller.
A baller. Help me out.
Instead of a scrub like
Can you pay my bills? Pay my telephone bill.
Can you pay my telephone bill?
Don't piss me off. No scrubs. Bills. Fuck out of here. That's gonna be my donkey. Yeah, they're just. I need more. And if next year it doesn't deliver more, then I don't know.
You're gonna stick around either way. That's the thing. We're going to stick around either way.
I watched that race this weekend. I swear to God, I watched that race and I was so bored. And I just sat there. I was like, why do I watch this sport? Like, I love it.
Why do I pay Sky F1? Like, what am I paying for?
What am I paying for?
That's the thing that's really insulting me. Like, you're an actual dickhead, Thandie. Like, you're actually paying for this.
Yeah, you're a mug.
You're a
So yeah, let's see. All right, well look, I think I'll wrap it up there. I think before I go, maybe this could be maybe a little segment we can have. I see that you're really leaning into the general motorsport world at the moment.
Because F1 is terrible, you guys. Not feeding me anymore. No, I love Formula 1, but like, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. It goes off on MotoGP. I know I sound like such a turd, but those who laugh first will join me after, and it is going off on MotoGP.
What is it? I guess if you were to be like an ambassador for Moto, because I don't watch MotoGP. Sometimes I'll stick it on, but I'm not invested in it. And I think we've seen through the expansion of Formula 1. You need to be invested in it. So I guess.
Yeah, like it does feel like the motorsport people are just the heads are talking to each other because Gunther Steiner's over there now.
Oh, okay.
And like obviously we had Lando and the boys all there. What was the name? Kimi Antonelli was there last week.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So they're kind of amalgamating the fan zone. So us, obviously, who've put our investments in early, we're eating, right? But you lot are still over there crying with Ferrari, right? And I just think, jump on it, man. Like, it's a bit like, sometimes I'm like wincing, like, oh my God, is he alive? But it's like, they're always alive. They're always fine. He hasn't scraped his knees. It's just really fascinating. I'm really enjoying it. When they fight, they fight. Their like outfits are really cool. And yeah, I'm trying to like, I'm equally learning about it myself. Like, I'm not really in a position where I can tell you everything about it. But do follow me on TikTok because we will be going on that little learning journey together. I am a Marc Marquez fan, but I'm also just a Marquez brothers fan because I just think their mum's pum pum brings life. If I birthed out 2 freaking MotoGP stars, I would be a very proud woman. So shout at her and her pum pum. And yeah, man. Oh. Yeah, so Matt, like MotoGP is cool, and I think Thanos watches. If anyone knows UK Thanos, like he has a MotoGP podcast. Make sure you go check that out. I'll shout his podcast out. But yeah, go follow me on TikTok, guys. I'm being so serious. Like, if you ain't following me on TikTok, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I see you did that thing of posting content from another country when you were back in the country to make it seem like you were still in that country.
No, I posted that in the UK.
Oh, you actually?
I was in the US, yeah.
You actually in the US?
Yeah, I was.
I thought you were trying to
like celebrities.
Well, you know, because like you were posting about the NFL. Obviously, you went to Dallas.
Yes. I was
so the Cowboys. I'm really into the Cowboys. I mean, I just watched the documentary on Netflix.
But
they're not a good team.
They're not
guys, watch the history. They are like,
yeah, the history is really good.
Yeah, history is really
Cowboys are good. Yeah, the cheerleaders are really fun.
They've got a documentary as well, actually.
Yeah, they do, and it's spicy. I love it. No, I'm a Steelers fan.
Pittsburgh
Steelers. We won yesterday, so shout out to Steelers.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that thing because do you know what it is? When I got back, the day I got back from the UK, I didn't even sleep because then I had to film the Peroni thing. So so I was already on Peroni stuff, and I do still have some content that I want to post from my grocery store haul, but we'll see if I can be asked to edit it. Basically.
Okay, well, look, lovely to see you step into that content creator era. Well done. Well done on all.
I do also still want to put like quick stop clips on my TikTok as well because I am still quick stop down. Like, quick stop is like it's not like I've like abandoned my child. Like, it's still my child.
Sometimes you gotta go do, sometimes you gotta go do the solo stuff.
Yeah, and I just don't want quick stop to feel like I have kind of divorced it and like left it with like.
That's what people thought. People thought you left me.
No, I didn't leave him with the poor parent. Caviar on my own. Like, my kid still sees me on weekends. Like, it's calm. I'm still a present mother, right? But mummy sometimes has to go off and do things. Like, I'm a journalist, guys.
Yeah.
I'm a sports journalist. Nyasha knows that, and that's always been my dream. So I'm kind of just following my dreams while obviously still co-parenting quick stop.
Yeah,
so
of course.
If you do love me and you do love listening to me, please follow my TikTok. Then that's all we got, guys. That's all we got. Yeah.
Make sure to follow Thandie. We'll put our links in the in the description of all our videos, so feel free to watch that. And we're gonna go and look, guys. Thank you. This has been so lovely. Thandie, welcome back. Yay! Thank you so much for coming back, obviously, and thank you for listening. If you're listening, if you're watching at home, make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. If you're on an ad-free stream, we are on Patreon. And, of course, we'll be here throughout the week with more content. And we'll see you for the next race. Which is? I don't know.
As well. We just don't care.
Oh, God, it's Singapore. I hate that race. nothing sums up, image over substance that F1 is more than fucking Singapore. What dry ass
every
circuit.
single fucking time. I'll eat that shit up all the time.
So yeah, we'll see for the Singapore reactions and all of them things there until there. Remember, no matter what life there's, Thandie,
Keep it on the black stuff.
always until next time. Bye.